Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Welcome to the show, where we interview the nation's leading real estate entrepreneurs. It's your host, Stephen Schmidt, and I'm back at it again like a bad habit. Hope you guys are going to enjoy this show. I've got a real special one in the studio for you today. I got Eric Martel in the house. He bought his first apartment building at 18 with no money down. And since he's completed over $85 million in real estate transactions and has fully integrated his business into taking people from zero to hero in real estate. He's the founder of Martel Turnkey, Flip System, and then also Red Brick Equity. And he's going to have a bunch of nuggets for us here today. He's been really heavy into the game the last decade, and we're going to get off to a great conversation. Just remember, before we do that, at Investor Fuel, we help real estate investors, service providers, and real estate entrepreneurs 2 to 5x their businesses so they can build the businesses they've always wanted in order to live the lives they've always dreamed of. And on that note, speaking of financial independence, which I know you're all about, Eric, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me, Stephen.
So you're 18 years old. You buy your first apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Most 18-year-olds, that's not even on the radar. So maybe give us a little bit of backstory to how you landed in that deal. What got you started in this business? And then when did you really start taking it serious here in the last 10 years to really scale and go to where you've been at today?
Mm-hmm. So when I got started, that was really my rich dad, poor dad moment. So my father was working at aluminum factory, like the regular 9 to 5, and not much career progression or anything like that, living paycheck to paycheck, and not much savings really, and really relying on the company to provide the pension eventually when he's like 65 or older. I knew I didn't want to have that. When I was talking to my father, I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I was inspired by, things that I saw, and I could tell that there was, for example, there was like a food truck guy, the guy that started a food truck, and and then that food truck basically, where he was, basically built a restaurant from that, and then he had a small restaurant chain, and then he had a store in the mall, and then he had and then when I talked to my parents about that, they said, well, he must be a crook and he's cheating or something like that. It was like, no, maybe you don't know the rules of the games. But I was like 9 years old, and I could already see that there was a gap in knowledge somewhere, and that I really couldn't, I needed to find another source of information. So I would, throughout the high school and all of that, I kind of gravitated towards people that were also very business minded, like professors and teachers that I had. And I was very, great. This was great experience for me. I really met a lot of great people. Eventually at university, I met the rich dad of my rich dad, poor dad kind of encounter. He was a real estate investor. He was a community college coach.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
He had built a 36-unit apartment building, and he was looking at buying a mall, a shopping mall, and it was like, wow, like this guy's a community college teacher, and he was not any smarter than my father. He was just had the right smarts, the right knowledge, and the right discipline to get things done and get things moving. And so that was really inspiring. And I was just like, I said, okay, well, I want to know everything that you know. I want to buy an apartment building and all of that. How do I do that? And he said, how much money do I need? And I was thinking that maybe I could convince my father to do something, to give me some money, or him, or whatever. But anyway, so after a long time, I eventually bought my first apartment building. Took me probably 6 months to 9 months to find one. And then that would take no money down. So basically a mortgage from a credit union plus the rest of it, what would have been the down payment, was loaned by the seller. So I had seller financing on top of that. And it was still cash flowing. So no money down and still cash flowing. And I think it was cash flowing like $200 or $300 a month or something like that. So that's kind of that was the first one that I did. And it was really a test for me that, this can be done. I could do this. I could create something or buy something that is actually cash flowing and is generating income. I tried to replicate that after that, but I really, it was very hard depending on the cities that I was in. I was in Montreal, I went to Toronto and all that. And these big cities, it's very hard to find deals that are cash flowing like that. And then eventually I went to San Francisco and all that, and same thing, California. You have to, it doesn't cash flow, and you have to put a lot of money into it, and then you decide how much you want to cash flow, but then your return is not that great. And then it took me a while to kind of I did all kinds of different businesses, and then it took me a while to kind of get back into it. And I said, well, I need to figure something out. I was an independent consultant also, and I was just and I could see my time is money. If I spend an hour, I bill an hour. If I don't work an hour, I make $0. If going on vacation was very stressful because I was dishing out money for the flights and the hotels, and I was making $0. So these vacations were very expensive in my mind. So I knew I had to find something else. I had to stop trading time for money. I had to build passive income, and I tried all kinds of different businesses. But then I came back to real estate at that point. I couldn't do real estate in California, so I had to go and do something out of state. So we started looking at all kinds of different markets, and we went to the Midwest. That's where the data was driving us. So we looked at Memphis, we looked at Cleveland, we looked at Detroit, St. Louis, and this is basically where we focused. The first house we bought was in Memphis, Tennessee. We paid $40,000 for it. We put $5,000 in rehab, and it is rented for $850. And it was just it was cash flowing $300, $300 a month or something like that. And then we refinanced it after that, but but it had increased in value because of all of that. And I got all my money out that I had invested, plus I had an extra $5,000 in my bank. So I had $5,000 more than I started, and I had a cash flowing asset on top of that. So it's just like, okay, what am I missing? Like I just created money, I created wealth, like from, and so it was like, okay, well, I said I need to do two more, and that's what we did. Two more properties. Obviously, we don't find unicorns like that all the time, where you can refinance and get all your money out. But we found a lot that were pretty close to that, and they were really, they really worked out great. And that's kind of like where we started. At the beginning, we were only looking to do multifamily rental, single-family rental portfolio for our family. In fact, it used to be, the company used to be called Martel Family Realty. And but then as we were telling people, my friends and family, say, hey, we bought a house, a rental property in Memphis. I said, what? In Memphis? Why Memphis? Like, how much did you pay for that house? $40,000. $40,000. Like, you're talking to people in California, telling them that you bought a house for $40,000. It's just like, what is that? Like, it's a shed. So my garage cost $100,000. Now you bought a house in out of town for like you're being scammed. There's something wrong. Blah blah blah. And anyway, eventually, a lot of people, some of the friends, they said, well, we've done a couple of houses, like 2, 3, 10, and then they say, well, there must be something to it. Like, is there a way? Can I invest in it? Can I do a joint venture? Can I buy the house at the end, and when it's kind of like turnkey? So that's kind of like, oh, maybe there's a business doing that. And that's when we launched Martel Turnkey, and that took off like very rapidly.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Mm. And so,
so that's kind of like the beginning of it. And then since then, like, we've done a lot more. Then we did multifamily. After that, we were pretty well known in the markets where we invested, especially in Memphis. Then we had realtors call us and say, hey, are you guys interested in apartment buildings? So then we started buying apartment buildings in Memphis. We used to have 5 apartment buildings. We sold like 4 of them. We still have 1 right now. And that's kind of how I grew. And we always had like a good relationship with our investors, and keeping them in the know about what we were doing on social media. We had like email, kind of like newsletter that we would send, and showing them what was going on, what was new in the market. And also talk a lot about, financial independence, how to achieve financial independence. I had tried all kinds of ways to achieve financial independence, and and really, real estate is the best way to do it for multiple reasons. Leverage being one of them, appreciation, cash flow, and having and tax advantages. So all these 4 things at the same time you don't have that with any other investment vehicle. So that's the ultimate, in my opinion, and it's simple to understand. You don't need to have like a math degree or quants in stock market to kind of analyze data and have like special data access and math model and this and that to invest like some of the pros do on the stock market. It's very simple. Right. You buy a house, you rent it out.
Yeah, you bet. Totally with you there. And so, I mean, really what it sounds like is you were just doing this for yourself, trying to gain your own financial independence. And then over time, like so many people that have success in the business, you're a real operator building a real business. And then people are seeing like, hey, they're doing something, we should probably get in on it. And then that led you to starting Turnkey and then Red Brick Equity over time.
Yeah.
And so, like, at what point did you, in that process, come to the realization like there's also an impact that I can have on other people through this, not just for my own family?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, so it was very early on because a lot of people were then asking me. I said, like, how do I, I want to achieve financial freedom, because eventually what happened is that I sold my house and I just doubled down on the Martel Turnkey. So I just basically sold my house, took all the profits, and then I rented another house. And then again, so they thought I was crazy when I invested in Memphis and Cleveland and Detroit. Now, when I sold my house to invest there, then they were sure that I was insane. But I shared the math with them. I said, it doesn't make sense. Like, I make so much more money investing in the Midwest. It pays for all my living expenses, and I just like, I don't need to work anymore. Even though I was working still at the time, I wanted to finish a gig that I had with a pharmaceutical company, and I would tell people, I said, I don't need to work. Like, I'm doing this for you guys and stuff like that. And then so just to finish that project, and after that I'm done. And so it really caused a lot of people to think about, how can this guy like be doing this? Like, he was independent contractors with me, he was managing, he was working in the same team, and now he's financially free, he doesn't need to work and all that kind of stuff. So that really triggered a lot of people talking to me about, how can I do that? Like, I want that as well. And when you're working with a lot of independent contractors, they're all thinking the same thing. It's like, one day, if I'm sick for a month, I don't get paid for a month. If whatever, like, so, and that you can't be working forever. Eventually you're going to have to stop working. So a lot of people were asking me that, and I kind of, that's kind of like when the light went on, and I was just like, okay, well, I need to do more things. I need to help them out. I'd buy the turnkey rental properties and kind of like build a strategy around that. I wrote a book also called Stop Trading Your Time for Money, and basically outlining exactly what people need to do. Then some more people were interested, and but still people didn't do it. Like, I wrote the book. I said, this is exactly what you need to do, right? And then this is how you need to find the market. This is how you need to find the team on the ground. This is how you need to analyze deals. This is where you can get the money to buy these deals and finish the projects. I was telling them, it's still, the book is still on Amazon. Like, everything is in there. So you follow that, you're going to make it. But the problem is that people, they don't have the discipline, or they don't have the, I don't know what to say, but they don't follow through. They want it, but they don't want to put the effort. They don't want it. They don't want it enough, I think, to really put the effort to make it happen.
They want the result without having to pay the price.
Well, exactly, right? I forget who was it. Like, a lot of people are jealous of your success, but they're not jealous of the work that you had to do to get there.
You bet.
So everybody wants the result, like you said, and but they don't want to do what it takes to get there.
Right. Because ultimately, if people were disciplined to do the things that got them great results, I mean, at the end of the day, we'd be walking around and everybody would have a 6-pack abs and be shredded, right? Because it's simple. It's just eat right, eat less, work out more, right? Eat less, move more. But so many people don't want to do the basic things that they know are good for them, or the things that they just want that result without having to put the work in, for sure.
That's right.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Yeah, and we have a lot of people that say, "But I don't have time to do that." You do have time. You're spending your time on other. You need to prioritize the tasks that you want to do, and you find the time for them. And then the tasks that are not so important, then don't find time for that. Don't find time for TV. Don't find time for TikTok. Prioritize what you need to do. You're going to find time for everything. You find time for eating. So there you go.
No, I'm 100% with you on that. That's so good. One of the most valuable things that I did, I hired a business coach 3 years ago now. And one of the first exercises that he made me do for the first 2 weeks is I had to track every 15 minutes of time that I put in. And I'm telling you, rigidly every 15 minutes, and then put it into blocks of, this is something that's a money-making activity. This is something that's not. This is, family time. This is sleep, etc. And it was one of the harder things I did because, I'd go 3 hours of working and they'd be like, what was I doing for that 15-minute block 2 hours and 45 minutes ago? Yeah. But it really puts in perspective and helps you to find blocks where the people that are the busiest say, oh, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for that. Well, when you look at it, you also spent 6 hours this week scrolling on Facebook. So to that point, like, there's 6 hours that could have made some real difference towards either your education or putting in some form of work to actually get where you want to go.
Exactly.
I love that.
I mean, there's only one currency, and the currency is time. If you have to look at your time, you have to look at how you spend your time and making sure that you spend time on the right things, so to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. Then the rest is going to come through. I mean, your lifestyle, the money that you need, and all that, this is all going to come through. But you have to focus on the time.
Would you trade all the wealth that you've accumulated today to be able to go back to your mid-20s?
Oh yeah, with the knowledge that I have, absolutely. In a minute. Oh my God, that would be that's like absolutely.
Yeah, I think it was Hormozy that said, when I was in my 20s, I wanted wealth. And then when I hit my 30s, and even more so for people that are older, it's like, when you're in your 20s, you want money. When you're in your 30s, you want to be in your 20s, right? Yeah. So
exactly.
Because currency, to your point, is time being the only currency we have. The unfortunate side of that coin is it's the only currency we have that we also don't know how much of it we have left.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, so you don't want to waste it, and you want to take it back. And you don't want to delay. You don't want to wait till something happens, and so.
So to your point there, I mean, you've created some massive success for yourself in this space, and now you're helping other people to do the same thing. What does the next 12 to 18 months look like for you, and what does the next 5 to 10 years look like for you? What's the legacy play, or what stage of your business are you in at this point?
So I think really Martel Turnkey is continuing. So we have great success with that. We also launched like a Flip System a couple of years ago, and Flip System is a coaching program, but it's not just a coaching program. So we have the regular courses, obviously, the coaches, but we also have an application that we have built, and we have a property marketplace. And basically, you have all the tools that you need to acquire properties, distress properties, renovate them, rent them out, and then refinance them or sell them. And and so that's what Flip System does. And when we connect, the biggest problem that people had when they wanted to invest out of state or in some of the markets is to build a team on the ground. So we deal with a lot of people that live on the coast, California, and you can't invest in California. So then you would invest out of state, but then you don't have the team on the ground. How do you find the team on the ground? So instead of, people don't want to spend the money calling 100 realtors. And so we basically connect them with our team on the ground, people that we have vetted, some of the people that we've worked with for like 10 years in these markets. And then we introduce them to the realtor, the property manager, and the contractors, and then they can do the projects, which is kind of like the biggest constraint that people have when they want to invest out of state. So now you have no excuse. Now you have if you don't know anything, we teach you how to do it. We give you a tool to analyze it. That's the same tool for everybody. Then we have a coach that can help you through how to analyze the deal, making sure that you're getting into the right deal, looking at reviewing your statement of work, your inspection report, and then kind of getting you out of trouble if something happens. I mean, it happened a few times that our coaches said to a client and says, no, don't do that deal. You have to walk away. But they felt some kind of guilt because the realtor has worked really hard for the deal, and then they felt, oh, but the realtor really spent. No, just walk away. It's like it's going to be another deal. So we helped a lot of people not get in trouble, and making sure they're doing the right deal, and all the way through. Through the construction, through the exit as well, and it's all within the system. So I think this is great. We have like 500 investors right now that are on that, and they've done over like in the last 12, 18 months, they've done over like 200 projects, and so things are doing very, very well. So that's kind of this, and then I'm imagining the people that are doing flip system, they're building their capital, their wealth, they're getting some additional things with Martel Turnkey, and eventually they become accredited investors, and then they can join us with the Red Brick Equity Fund and invest in real estate with us, cash flowing real estate rentals or apartment buildings, commercial real estate, and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of like my plan. We try to do like crowdfunding, but people are not that familiar with crowdfunding, so we kind of ditch that for now, maybe later on. But really, that's kind of what I'm hoping for people, is that they build some passive income to a point where they can come and invest with us on Red Brick Equity.
Yeah, 100%. Now, so let's say somebody's wanting to get started. Is your book still a pretty relevant source of information where somebody could even just get started to learn more about you?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And what's that book? I want you to plug that.
Yeah, it's called Stop Trading Your Time for Money.
Stop Trading Your Time for Money by Eric Martel. And you said they can get it on Amazon?
Amazon, yeah.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you coming on to the show here, Eric, and dropping some nuggets for us and giving us your story. So if you would like, go ahead and tell these folks where they can connect with you for more, learn more about what you're working on, et cetera, as they maybe go buy your book, and then where else can they connect with you?
On social media, I'm everywhere under Eric Martel Official. So Instagram, TikTok, also on YouTube. So I have a channel on YouTube. Actually, I have a free 4-hour course on real estate investing. If you don't like reading the book, you want to have the course. Or after you read the book, do the course. But I'm really kind of like going again, like over what you need to do in order to invest in real estate successfully, build a passive income portfolio, so that eventually you can just be an investor and just get more passive income.
You bet. Well, thanks so much for being here, folks. I hope you got as much value out of this as I did, and I know if you got as much as I did, you have, and we appreciate Eric and his time, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.
Thank you, Stephen.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.